It's a prank that can have serious consequences, and it happened in Newburgh Heights this weekend.
911 calls about someone shot brought in police officers from nearby cities and led to a standoff that lasted for hours. Well, now two teenagers could face criminal charges for something police say is no laughing matter. News 5 anchor Tracy Carla shows us how those calls affected an entire neighborhood.
I was livid.
Melissa Hargrove and her kids got a rude awakening late Friday night.
I go to the window, I look out, I see bright lights. I go to the front door, I open the door, I see police everywhere. And I'm looking, I don't see what's happening, but I see the police. So I closed my door and came back in my house.
Because you figure it wasn't for you?
It wasn't for me. I don't know. It wasn't for me. It wasn't my rodeo.
A massive police presence started about 10:30 and stretched into the wee hours of Saturday morning. The multi-family home surrounded by police and using a bullhorn to get the attention of those inside.
I said, oh my God, they talking about me. So I throw a robe on, throw some slides on, pick my one baby up because only one baby was woke, go outside on the front porch and they say, is there anyone else in the house? I said, yeah, my son is asleep and my other baby is asleep. They say, well, they need to come out. You need to get them out of the house.
But Melissa Hargrove and her family were not why police were at this home. Police were called for a report of a woman shot in the chest and bleeding. Police say they got conflicting stories and calls. One, a woman was shot in a drive-by, then another call that a man shot his wife.
Subsequent calls back to them, we couldn't get any additional information. So we just didn't know what we had going into this.
Newburgh Heights police say they were there within a couple of minutes. They called for help. The Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office, Brooklyn Heights, and Cuyahoga Heights police officers all showed up, along with a SWAT team.
Challenge. We didn't know if we had a standoff. We didn't know if we had a person dying or dead in the house. We didn't know any of this stuff. We had an ambulance down the street on standby just in case, when we did make contact with them, so we could tend to the injured party. And it turns out that there wasn't one.
Turns out police say it was a swatting call.
It's infuriating. It really is that they did this.
A prank call from two teenagers inside one of the apartments at this house. For police, what unfolded here is not funny.
I am going to really press the court to hold these kids accountable. And frankly, I'd like to see the parents be held accountable. One of the parents admitted that, she'd been making prank phone calls.
It tied up roughly 35 police officers for hours, locked down a neighborhood, and forced innocent families outside in the cold to sit in the back of heated police cars while this all played out.
Broke my heart seeing them young kids being carried out of that house by their parents they had nothing to do with this.
The cost, Chief John Majoy told me, easily in the $10,000 range.
Ain't that crazy?
In Newburgh Heights, Tracy Carlas, News 5.